Multi-vector integration is Kazakhstan's chosen course of development, and the program Single Market.
Если мы перестаем создавать новые продукты,
If we stop offering new solutions in order to comply with the demands of consumers and technological progress, then any time we may be pushed out of business. It was Jeff Rex, one of the top managers at Microsoft, who said this at some point in time, and today these words set the theme of our program. Hello, my name is Pavel Koktishev. In today's program, Eurasian Economic Union, a union of innovations. Armenia, bid on advanced technologies. Project Tech Garden, a garden there shall be. The weights of the global market are overloaded with innovative productions. The share of the European Union in the global production of science-intensive products is 35%. The US holds a 25% share, and Japan 11%. The Eurasian Economic Union is not withholding its ambitions in entering the global export markets. And this far-reaching goal is forcing the Union's participants to turn to innovations. The small reserve of resilience that developed countries accumulated after the global crisis has been exhausted. That is why today these countries are looking for new sources of growth in order to compensate for grim times of the global business environment. And these sources are innovations. Why? Because, as a rule, everything that is advanced is aimed at increasing labor productivity, lowering the energy consumption of products, and resolution of environmental problems. The period of integration has coincided, on the one hand, with the unfavorable situation on the global markets, and on the other, with its own transition period. These two factors had a negative impact on the economies of the Eurasian Economic Union countries, with the Union currently undergoing a slowdown. The slowdown in the Eurasian Economic Union is occurring at a faster pace than the slowdown in the world economy. That is why it is urgent to take some measures. At the moment, all the interested parties are engaged in the discussion of the document developed by the Eurasian Economic Commission, Main Directions of Industrial Policy. One of its sections is devoted to the development of innovations.
Industrial
parks, clusters, technological platform, we're working on the development of all of them. They have to be put to active use. According to our assessment, by 2020, it is planned to create around 330 industrial parks and clusters on the territory of the Union. Today, each Economic Union member country is following its own developed course of innovation strategy. For example, in Kazakhstan, support of innovations is divided into two aspects: establishment of an infrastructure and special development institutions. A national agency for technological development, a center for commercialization of technologies, and technology transfer venture funds were created. Two core centers of growth were determined. The first is the innovation cluster of Almaty, which united science and technical bases of universities, research and development institutions of the city, and companies that operate in the field of information technologies. The second is the innovative cluster Nazarbayev University.
You have technology, you have an innovation center, you have your universities, but you also have a very dynamic and visionary government and a community who wants to embrace technology, embrace growth, and embrace change.
In the last 5 years, the share of active companies engaged in innovation-oriented activities has increased twofold. And today, Kazakhstan is in 50th place among 144 countries in the rating of the Global Index of Competitive Countries. Nevertheless, the critical point has not been reached yet to cause a breakthrough in innovations. According to experts, in order to achieve this, business has to be more motivated to focus on innovations.
Бизнесу нужно показывать, что наука работает для него.
Businesses have to be shown that science, first of all, is working to their benefit, and then there will be interest. I saw how this works in Finland. Imagine a business incubator. Around this business incubator, there are 150 of the largest European companies that are serviced. For example, the Airbus company. It contacts the design factory and states, "We need a model design of this plane, and we're ready to pay such and such amount." European companies are literally fixated on innovations. The mindset was established a long time ago and is in demand. Enterprises and companies of the Eurasian Economic Union, which are having difficulties growing, are afraid to take risks. That is why doubt settles in. Will businesses be investing in new developments?
Буквально недавно к нам обратился один из банков.
Just recently, one of the banks came to us asking how they can set up a very effective business application, a mobile app for the operations of their bank, and that they are ready to pay for this. The National Chamber of Entrepreneurs is planning to develop a project on the creation of its own platform. It will form the portfolio of orders for innovative developments connecting science and business circles. The mission of the future informal structure Eurasian Coordination Center of Innovative Projects. The scale depends on a number of factors: the geographic location of Kazakhstan in the center of Eurasia, its multi-vector policy, and long-term strategy of innovative development. Experience of developed countries shows that innovations in and of themselves are already a good reason for partnership, and within the framework of integration, this is becoming a necessary condition for survival on the global market. Zulfiya Timirgaliyeva, exclusively for Single Market.
Сегодня АТОН задают производства, которые ориентируются на высокий.
Today, enterprises focused on advanced technologies set the tone on the global market. They use the latest developments which allow them to reach an optimal level of quality of their products and therefore lead in a competitive environment.
Почти 30% высокотехнологичных.
Almost 30% of the high-tech computer and electronic equipment that was used by the Soviet Union in the war industrial and space complexes was developed and produced in Armenia. That is why the fact that today this country places great hopes on the development of the production of advanced technologies is not surprising. This Armenian enterprise specializes in the production of large sapphire monocrystals of high quality. The company's specialists are filling a big order of glass for gas analyzers.
Сейчас вот мы находимся перед ростом.
Right now we're in the front of a growth machine in which the crystal growth process takes place. And a crystal weighing up to 53 kilograms can be grown in this machine. Synthetic sapphires used in the production of LEDs, smartphones, and smartwatches. Only 10 countries in the world have the technology to grow it. That is why for Armenia, production of synthetic sapphire with the use of innovative technologies may be promising.
Имеем продукт, имеем определенный объем.
We have a product, have a set production volume, and now we have to work on our presence on the markets. In this respect, all markets are interesting to us, including, of course, the markets of the Eurasian Economic Union.
Рынки в таможенном союзе есть.
This advanced technology enterprise, which operates in a free trade zone, also sees markets of the Eurasian Economic Union as promising. This is our latest model. It is one camera which rotates inside around its axis. It was here that a little over a year ago the first Armenian tablet was presented, Android-based ARM Tab. Specialists deem this as an innovative breakthrough. Quality of the device is on par with foreign analogous devices, but it is much cheaper. A tablet with specialized education programs for preschoolers, mini laboratories with the aid of which experiments can be done in physics, chemistry, and biology, a battery-powered cell phone. Each tech development deserves special attention.
Senator, welcome to our microphone.
Мы работаем под заказ. То есть мы принимаем заказ.
Our operations are order-based. We get orders from clients focusing on their wishes, the specifications, capacities that they want, plus taking into account their budget.
Их бюджет.
All the design work, external, motherboard, and operation system is done by young Armenian specialists. Then the ready designed drawings are sent for printing to Hong Kong. The largest share of parts is purchased from abroad, and after it's been tested, assembly takes place in Armenia. Annually, the growth dynamic of IT products in Armenia reaches 20 to 25%. Turnover increased from 380 million to 500 million US dollars. Already today, 11,000 people have been engaged into the sphere of information technologies in the country. These factors serve as a reason for realizing a big project, creation of an engineering city in the village of Rivej. It is presumed that this engineering city will be formed out of about 40 organizations. A common environment will be established where production of unique engineering and innovative products will be set up, which in the future will be introduced into various spheres of the economy. Today, the country is developing the strategy of its innovation policy, and soon it will be presented for consideration before the government. According to experts, by expanding the network of accelerators, incubators, and technological centers, Armenia will achieve great results in the formation of high-tech environment.
Эксперты не исключают, что уже через 3 года Армения окажется...
Experts do not exclude the possibility that already in 3 years, Armenia will be on the list of the top 20 innovative countries of the world. All the prerequisites for the creation of their own Silicon Valley are already in place. The more creative segment of the society are the young people. They generate brave ideas and are setting the pace in the world of IT. To get into this domain, where all the places under the sun are long taken, is very hard. But there are ways to establish an environment that can influence the distribution of IT products. One of the projects that stands out is being realized in Kazakhstan. This is the Autonomous Cluster Fund Almaty Tech Garden. This fund is unique in many ways, from the way that it will be financed to the way that the fund intends to speed up the innovative development of the country. Autonomous Cluster Fund Almaty Tech Garden will receive its financing thanks to users of mineral resources. This is 1% of the contracted use of mineral resources. Its most important aspect is how innovations will be developed.
Экосистему Tech Garden будет формировать.
The ecosystem of the Tech Garden will be formed by transnational companies. Our goal is to attract around 5 blue-chip companies.
Таких компаний из разряда Blue Chips.
By the way, unlike the model of the Russian Skolkovo Innovation Center, of which one hears everywhere and where the state plays the main role in setting priorities, at the Almaty Tech Garden, it is the clients who determine the investment targets. Thus, businesses will be setting the tempo and directions of innovations. In other words, the cluster is like an umbrella project where one of the missions is the coalescence of innovations and the real sector of the economy.
Горно-металлургический комплекс, нефтегаз, они связаны в основном.
This is the mining and metallurgy complex, oil and gas. They're mainly connected to automation of production. A very interesting development in the sphere of electronic commerce and media. Right now, we're developing a concept on the creation of a retail hub. Almaty Tech Garden also uses the capacities and opportunities of the free economic zone of the Almaty IT Park, in which 60% of the participants are IT companies. Therefore, the main drivers of the Autonomous Cluster Fund are information technologies.
У нас также очень интересное направление по мобильным технологиям.
We also have interesting ideas in mobile technologies. We are looking at absolutely everything in the new generation of mobile technologies that is connected with 5G. This is a huge speed which will allow us to make apps that are practically inaccessible with 4G.
Делать те приложения, которые практически недоступны на 4G.
The prospects of realizing creative ideas capture the minds of potential Kazakhstani innovators. More and more young people are being drawn to this. Experts believe that this trend will lead to the formation of new generation entrepreneurs.
Мы не станем Силиконовой долиной, но мы...
We're not going to become Silicon Valley, but we'll try to do what Silicon Valley did for the U.S. So we will try to ensure that practical potential in the development of new directions.
Тот прикладной потенциал в развитии новых направлений.
Recently, Almaty Tech Garden announced plans to create a regional hub for young innovators in Almaty. Within the framework of this project, 100 teams are expected to be engaged from the entire post-Soviet space. They will not only be generating new products, but these creative young people will set a precedent for mass innovation. And who knows, perhaps the next Google will emerge here at the foothills of Almaty. That's all for today. Kind reminder, all the episodes of our program are available online at www.kazakh-tv.kz. Until next time on Single Market, a territory without borders.